Well, this G7 summit is underway, and we were expecting that there might be some sort of positive development when it comes to the Iran deal. That doesn't seem to be happening, but the sanctions on Russia is something which is playing out for the crude markets.
Well, exactly right. And it's certainly a mixed bag. There's many ingredients to this cake. And we've seen a very solid uptick as far as US crude and certainly Brent over the last matter of days. Well, I can't believe it. Brent's back at 117. You've got WTI sitting at 111. So they've had very, very strongly bid up since Friday. And it looks like the momentum's to the upside.
Jamal, what do you make of the resilience of the rupee? Yes, we are hitting a new low, but 78.50, it's much better off than, earlier instances where you saw such capitulation?
Well, I mean, it looks clear that 80 is coming. Whether it's coming in a week or 2 weeks or 2 months, I don't know. You see, everything is driven by, you were talking about crude, you're talking about the continuing market crisis really in the US. So fundamentally, and if you look, in fact, I was starting to look at the data, but didn't have time to do the analysis. If you look at outflows, I think from April, there have been only 2 days where there were inflows. So, basically, it's time to leave. It's time to put money at home. So the rupee is going to feel the pressure, The domestic investors have been, in a sense, protected. And, of course, Reserve Bank is there. They don't want it to go to hell in a basket. So they're trying to protect it. But they also have limitations, right? Reserves have fallen below 600 billion. They've been, fooling in the forward market, et cetera, et cetera. I think when it's going down, it's going down. Today it opened at 38 and it's at 78 right now, right? Something like that.
Fair enough. So 80 is coming. When is the question and not really if. But Peter, you track the dollar index also very closely, and what's happening to the EM currencies is of course related to the strength in US dollar, which is back at the 104 level. Where do you see that particular index headed?
Well, we're sitting at that 104 handle. I won't be surprised to see a 105, maybe even a 106. I think it's going to whipsaw. It's going to be wild as far as volatility swings. And it's certainly demonstrated that over the last couple of weeks. So we've got what's happening as far as US with another rate rise. I'm not sure how aggressive Fed Chair Powell wants to be. You've got the forum tomorrow, the big three in Wednesday. So it's a Wednesday big three. You've got ECB, Fed Chair and Governor Bailey out of the Bank of England. And they're looking as far as what's going on with inflation, interest rates, and so on. So if they bid it up, I wouldn't be surprised you're going to see a little bit further move to the upside for that US dollar index.
Okay, maybe 106 coming as far as the dollar index is concerned. But Peter, before we let you go, would you want to hazard a guess of what level can crude kind of settle at?
Look, I think it won't surprise me to trade back at 123, 124 for Brent. You're currently at 117. It seems to be it's going to be range bound, and that's what they're doing to it. They're trading these big swings from 123, 124 back to 107, 108, and then it ramps back up again. And that's what these hedge funds and traders are all looking at. So that's the activity at the moment. I'm not sure whether you're going to see higher than 125. I'm worried about Libya, worried about what's happening as far as Ecuador. So, yeah, that could be a wild card to add more spice to the upside.